Johnny Somali. He's been streaming, he's been making money, he's still, in certain ways profiting off of social media and off social media exposure. So obviously they could go after him. Now, what would that be? Likely a fine. Maybe there could be a charge there. Immigration works separately from the criminal process, and it often doesn't want to do that much. It's kind of a little bit of
know all about the nuisance IRL streaming gang that's traveling the world and terrorizing the public. I feel like I was a martyr. I feel like I sacrificed myself.
Johnny Somali is back in hot water again, and this time it's even worse. South Korean authorities are now demanding he show a visa, putting him right in the crosshairs of immigration law. See, Johnny carries a U.S. passport, and under South Korea's rules, Americans can only stay for 90 days without special paperwork. But Johnny's been out here way longer than that, causing chaos, streaming wild stunts, and disrespecting locals, all without the right visa. That's a direct violation, and now officials are ready to hit him with serious consequences. What makes this even more dangerous is the timing. His next trial is already locked in for the last week of October, but now he's dealing with fresh immigration charges on top of it. He thought he was just dodging police complaints. Now he's got the entire Immigration Act waiting to crush him. Imagine the pressure, facing court, public outrage, and the threat of deportation all at once.
Such a bad incident that the U.S. diplomat to Korea had to express regret over that raid, because what happens in these instances is it's tit for tat. Korea will now look, hey, how can we crack down on Americans to get back at America? Or not even saying get back. That sounds too revengeful. It's just, hey, okay, if you're going to be strict on your visas, we're going to do that too. It's equal fair treatment, right? Fair play. If you're going to crack down on Korean workers that were working under either tourist visas or other visas, which didn't really authorize them to work, hey, we're going to look at Americans in Korea and say, hey,
Somali. Even legal analysts have spoken out saying this case is about to explode. Here's some quick context for anyone lost in the mess. An American with a U.S. passport, like Johnny, can stay in Korea for 90 days without a visa, as long as it's for tourism or business. Anything longer requires an electronic travel authorization. That's the rule. But Johnny ignored all that. Just like Ice Poseidon, he built his fortune in Korea and Japan, pocketing millions without caring about taxes or local laws. Their real goal? Make the money, then vanish before consequences hit. And here's where it gets even uglier. Why didn't they pull these stunts in America or Europe? Because they knew if they tried harassing people for profit there, it would be straight up illegal. They targeted Asia, assuming the laws were weaker, thinking they could bully locals, break rules, and get away with it. That was the entire business model.
Out of your country, yeah, I made millions of dollars in your country. I made millions of dollars in your country.
Johnny Somali has even bragged about this in the past, trying to hide behind free speech as an excuse for his reckless actions. Let's be real. If Johnny Somali had pulled these same stunts in America, he'd already be locked up, no question about it. The only reason he's lasted this long is because he tried to play the game overseas. But South Korean authorities are done looking the other way. They've now zeroed in on his immigration violations and are seriously weighing punishment for his illegal stay. Even legal experts are chiming in, making it clear that fines and harsher penalties are on the horizon. And the truth is, Johnny did this to himself. He's the one who bragged openly that nuisance streamers like him thrive off creating chaos, harassing strangers, and cashing out on content that disrespects everyone around them. Here's the wild part. Johnny straight up admitted that this whole toxic streaming trend started with him. He claimed he was the blueprint.
They are putting an American citizen in a legal battle and not letting me fly out of this country just for my freedom of speech on a live stream and accepting donations on a live stream. It's ridiculous. Another 7 years in prison, guys.
The one who inspired others to follow his path of reckless clout chasing. That statement alone could bury him. If South Korean authorities ever get hold of that clip, it could serve as solid proof that Johnny Somali came into the country with the full intention of stirring up trouble for profit. Johnny Somali basically exposed himself with his own words, admitting he's the ringleader behind this whole toxic streaming wave. And now, South Korean authorities are rethinking how visa rules apply to foreigners.
Are a huge problem. And if you really want to go tit for tat and you want to make, do something that'll matter, crack down on people streaming without proper permits, without either a digital nomad visa or on some sort of other visa that allows for remote work. You could do that. And obviously, if you did that, who would be a clear target? Johnny Somali. He's been streaming, he's been making money, he's still, in certain ways profiting off of social media and off social media exposure. So obviously they could go after him. Now, what would that be? Likely a fine. Maybe there could be a charge there. Immigration works separately from the criminal process, and it often doesn't want to do that much. It's kind of a little bit of, hey, we'll do something when he hits the border, but not yet. But they might feel like they need to do something to show, hey, we're doing something in response to what happened in America. So if they wanted to do that, obviously they could hit Somali with a fine. That's
whether they call themselves travelers or streamers. Honestly, they don't even need to dig that deep. This one clip of Johnny bragging could be the smoking gun that proves he came here to cause chaos. But maybe you're wondering, where's the proof that this isn't just about Johnny? That nuisance streamers are really wrecking Asia with their antics? The evidence is everywhere. From Seoul to Tokyo, these streamers are pulling the same dangerous stunts, harassing women, disturbing locals, and treating foreign countries like playgrounds for clout. Take this case, for example. Another so-called streamer, Kelton Live, has been making headlines in Japan. Reports say he harassed and even attacked an elderly man on a train after the man simply asked him to stop his nuisance filming. There's no doubt about it. Guys like Kelton Live are just following the blueprint Johnny Somali laid down. These nuisance streamers move with zero morality, acting reckless, harassing strangers, and disturbing the public just for online clout. And when someone dares to warn them, they don't back down. They escalate like straight-up criminals. Think about the disrespect. It's not just some prank gone wrong. In Japan, Kelton was caught harassing an elderly man on a train.
¿Qué ha pasado? Nada, no pasa nada, no pasa nada. Tampoco ha pasado nada, coño. Me ha hecho así, sí, opa, sí.
うるさいって言ってんだろ、お前。
but it's okay. Che, oye, che. Date quieto ya, Dios. Habla un poco, tío. Stop, bro. Don't touch me, bro. Stop, yeah, che. Dios. Oye. Ya está, Dios.
A man who could have been anyone's father, and he still showed no remorse. That's the twisted mindset these streamers carry, treating people like props for content instead of human beings. And it doesn't stop there. Another viral clip recently surfaced of yet another streamer harassing a woman in the middle of the street, almost an exact copy of Johnny Somali's antics. At the end of the day, it all traces back to Johnny Somali. He's the spark that lit this whole toxic trend. Even he admitted that today's nuisance streamers are copying his blueprint, and that's the undeniable proof of his influence. He wanted to be the face of this chaos, and now he's paying the price for it. If South Korean authorities decide to push harder with the new Immigration Act, this could finally be the breaking point for Johnny Somali. And honestly, that might be the harsh lesson he's been running from all along. But here's the twist. Johnny Somali isn't just fighting immigration charges and legal trouble in South Korea. His own image is collapsing worldwide. Clips of his behavior are spreading across Asia, and every country he's touched down in is now taking notes. Japan, Thailand, even the Philippines, officials are watching closely, ready to shut the door on him the moment he tries to step foot in their borders. The crazy part, Johnny still acts like he's untouchable. He goes live, laughs it off, and claims he's the king of streaming. But behind the scenes, the walls are closing in fast. Once one country makes an example out of him, others will follow, because no government wants to be seen as the place where chaos streamers can harass locals for profit. And now the final blow, Johnny Somali's own fans are starting to turn against him. People who once hyped him up for crazy content are realizing this isn't entertainment anymore. It's a crime spree.
Come with me. Listen.
Oh, please don't hold my arm or whatever.
I'm alone.
No.
Disguised as streaming. Comment sections are flooded with viewers calling him reckless, disrespectful, and flat out dangerous. Even some of his former supporters are saying he's ruined the game for everyone. This shift is deadly for his career. When the audience no longer laughs, but instead demands accountability, you know the empire is crumbling. Johnny thought being outrageous would keep him on top, but all it's done is expose him as the poster boy for everything wrong with streaming culture today. If South Korean authorities deliver harsh punishment, it won't just be about one man, it'll send a warning shot to every streamer thinking about pulling the same stunts. And for Johnny Somali, the obsession with clout may have finally built the trap that ends his entire run. If you made it this far, sound off in the comments. Do you think Johnny Somali's career is officially over, or will he find a way back? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this.